Yes, we do. All of the work still yet to do here for Twisted Minds. They've got to go in. They've got to get 2 series wins just to try and have a shot at going to the World Championships. And it's this player on the ball who I feel will have so much to prove. Did not look great the last time at LAN, but last time we saw him in London, it was a grand finals for Ahmad. What can he pull out this time?
Yeah, well, it's a bit like Joyo. We said he likes this place. Well, Oxygen didn't quite have the best start to land in 3.0, but as you said, and as the devs were talking about, there's a wealth of experience on both sides. Obviously, we know what Ahmad's done, but you've got J-Naps as well alongside Torsos, so experienced on the international stage, but it's got to be Twisted Minds striking first.
And it is Mosin, one of those players that we wouldn't have put into that category. We are looking at regional, World Championship Grand Finals, taking it to major Grand Finals. The players that we've got in this field have been there, seen it, won it.
T-Bait said it's a danger game for OG. I know the first round didn't quite go as Twisted Minds might have hoped, but we know how good they are and how strong they can be back in MENA. Obviously, it's pretty tough when you got Team Falcons as the big dogs in the region, but they've got so much quality as we saw with Mosin just there.
And it does feel almost sort of harsh where so many people are putting Falcons in as top 3, and you would say, all right, well, if we're second best to them, where are you going to put us? Oh, a 13th. Really? You're going to start putting us first? Okay, that seems a little bit harsh. But Twisted Minds, it will be up to them to try and prove that wrong. That was so much time with the ball up in the air. Now the chase down. Ahmad sees the ball over to the side. Mosin's going to wait for his opportunity. J-Naps, 0 boost, just keeps the ball going.
And that's going to be a huge factor in this series, as it is anytime you play OG, anytime Com's on the pitch, is where is he, what's his positioning, and what is he going to be doing off the ball, more so than on the ball, that man. And now seeing some bumps early. J-Naps, who, I mean, he just keeps getting better and better. When you think that the knapsack perhaps is not quite as, you know, he might be dropping off at his old age. He's the most experienced. He's the oldest player here. He just keeps getting better and better. A testament to, I guess, the grind, the consistency that he's played over, I guess, 7 years now. It's ridiculous.
Over to the side, Samway. Very low on the boost. As now they do clear to the far side. Com waiting for it. That was pretty awkward for him. We're talking about players that have got a bit of history in this area. I think a lot of the crowd would like to see Com again. Sort of a pantomime villain last time we were over here. This time, though, I think there would be a lot more love for what he has provided, although Nolly got put into a really rough position. Ahmad's touch not going to leave much to be followed up on. And after that first goal, this game has settled.
Yeah, the more you look at the players on the pitch, all of them nearly do. This guy definitely loves it in London as Ahmad will get the second on the ball for Twisted Minds. It was Mosin off the side, beating 2. Com couldn't get the touch.
Oh,
and Nolly again, he's just been called out a couple of times, third man. And a crucial second goal for Twisted Minds.
Yeah, that was a spear straight through Nolly's car. No chance he could do anything about that, and that's the big thing. I mean, we can say this for every single MENA team. If you leave your third man 2v1, you are going to kick off in about 20 seconds, because there is no way they are going to be able to try and deal with that. Ahmad now off the wall, very low boost. Managed to just ward Com off, who would have liked a little bit of help from the rest of his team. They've only got 2 minutes left, no time for defense anymore.
It's unbelievable. If you ever want to just download some replays, just go to Com POV. It's like he's playing a different game. It's not a conventional style.
Here we go, we can have it for a little bit.
There we go.
The Com POV, shall we?
POV. I mean, he's just
chase.
He's just playing Demolition Derby. It's not the RLCS. It's not London 3.0. It's just get rid of the players on the other team as many times as possible.
I really like that we got to sit on his POV for that as well, because he didn't challenge. He knew he had 2 players in front of him, and he needs to fake challenge. He needs to buy a little bit more time, because if he loses it, it's all downhill. And maybe we could have stuck with him for 10 more seconds, because Com has cut the lead in half.
Well, this is what he can do. Sometimes you forget he's not only in your net, he can hit the ball as well. He gets the redirect that time, beating out 2 of Twisted Minds. And a crucial first goal for OG.
And I think it's something that Com's done so well throughout his career. We talk about the demos from him, we talk about the bumps, but he's not based his entire playstyle around it. It's what he's strong at, but it's not his only gimmick. He's got everything else he can provide. He's just off the ball, making the right decisions, and very often that right decision is to go and wipe out another car. He's already pre-jumped it!
Oh, gee, I tell you what, he might be listening to us. I mean, he's almost, as you said, it's masked by the demos. He's actually, his quality as a player on the ball, he's still mechanical. He can score solo plays of his own. but we just look at him and go, yep, he's probably just demoing. I mean, I was just talking about it at the start of the series. He has that aspect, but he's still so dangerous on the ball as well.
Well, they need some of that danger because they've only got a minute, and there's still a goal down. SMW with Ahmad over on the wall. That is the pass that he wanted. He would have liked a little bit more boost. And Mossin already up and available. Com now to the wall. Can he get the challenge? Yes, he can, but that drops very nicely for Ahmad. And these power clears are wreaking havoc on OG. You just have to keep starting from Route 1.
Yeah, Ahmad's looking pretty locked in at the moment. Here's Com again with a solo play. He's going to get one more. Fake the reset. JNaps jumps with boost as well. He's looking for a bump of his own. Finds another touch.
That could have been it. I think Com could have committed. He had the idea of going for a demo. I just don't think he wanted to go for somebody that was on the goal line, but I think he did. He would have had a goal from it. Ahmad off the wall, clears long, 20 seconds left. SMW waiting around. Mossin waiting for midfield, but this is a good opportunity. OG have let it go though. An awful touch there from JNaps means that they've now got to go the whole way. They're not doing this anymore. One mistake, one chance, and SMW puts this game out of reach.
Yeah, he just got a free touch in midfield, and you just cannot give these MENA players that time and space on the ball. 3 on the board, game 1 secured for Twisted Minds, and a pretty handy start.
It just seems so nothing, doesn't it? JNaps just gets a bad touch. And you think, okay, well, we can recover. No, you can't. You're already gone. As a 2-goal lead will be is what required. Twisted Minds have got the game.
What they're doing online, and for JNaps, I mean, we talk about the players on this pitch that love London. We know Com was fantastic. Obviously, Ahmad getting a top 2. Even Nolly back when K-Corp was right up there in the playoffs. But for JNaps, G2, they don't really like London. Sometimes they're not here, and other times they're coming out in last place. So
I'm so glad you mentioned that, actually, because I now am reminded of a conversation I had with Nolly, where I believe it was going to be KC against V1 in the quarterfinals, and Nolly was saying to me, I cannot wait to play against Com. now they are here on the same team. 2 players with very large personalities. Now they need big plays to go along with them. Need an opening goal. Nolly, who has been kept very quiet. That one bounces into the midfield. JNaps just going to control for now. Where's the support? Com waited for the pass. And it seemed like they were in 2 minds about what they were going to do with that position.
Now I'm just going down memory lane. I mean, it's beautiful that we have the 3rd rendition of Landon because there's so many storylines, matchups. Com was eliminated by Falcons at London 2.0. Obviously, Ahmad on that team back then. And I do remember even Com saying after that series, it was the first time they got their chance to play MENA, and he said, I think I'll figure them out if you would. We love to figure them out. No, Johnny Boy's going to love that. But if he said if he had his time again, he would not make the same mistake. He'd be able to get the job done. Well, it's a rematch here against Ahmad.
These players are never going to talk to us in confidence ever again.
We're giving out all the secrets right now, but that is the beauty of this esport. Everyone's so close. We do get to get exclusive access and conversations with all the players and teams.
The Nolly. Very low boost, looks for the pass infield. Com has been sort of the target man actually at this point. As couldn't quite find the bump. Nolly was already on his way back, had to pre-jump, and actually he's put himself in a really rough situation. Gets the ball out of danger, but only temporarily, as Com flies across the face of goal. They're still out of danger. That one will hit the crossbar. Another shot comes in, another save. We stay at 0-0.
How many times have Twisted Minds, I mean, they should have scored by now, but once again, someone's flying out of nowhere, out of the corner of the screen, for OG to make an incredible save. Twice there, Nolly was in net. He'd already made a save, and he was done. He was dead to rights. He was stun-locked in Com out of nowhere. JNaps that time with the save on the goal line, but they've got to keep coming up with saves again off the post. Follow up Ahmad. That's why Com's throwing himself. There's no boost anywhere.
JNaps is the only one with anything to his name. They waited for the passing play for him. JNaps wanted to pass it to a teammate. There's no teammates left with anything, mate. You've got to do it by yourself, or you'll put yourself right back in defense.
It's a final stand. It's as if it's an overtime game 5. No one scored yet. We're only 2 minutes into game number 2, for goodness sake. And OG have fended off the early pressure, and wasn't it an onslaught?
But it does feel like a big moment here. If Twisted Minds can get the first goal, they might run away with this. OG look like they need to get a goal and sort of sit on it, frustrate Twisted Minds. As now we go for the bump, JNaps narrowly avoids it. Over to the midfield, can they finally get rid of the ball? Oh, man, that was a little bit dangerous, my friend. Thankfully, he didn't pinch it against his opponent, otherwise that could have been flying off.
Yeah, thankfully Mossin was back in time, as I mean, we are just seeing right now the clash of the 2 play styles and almost of the 2 regions. Twisted Minds, I mean, even watching Falcons play before, they have one mindset of, I think I'm just going to go at the ball. I think I'm just going to challenge. There's really relying on the speed, offense, pressure, and we're seeing the methodical style of OG. They're flying across net. They're trying to pick apart.
Oh,
they're trying to force
Nolly.
some overcommits. Nolly's in massive trouble, and the poise from Mawson to wait for him to commit to the save and then launch it underneath.
Oh dear, the deer in the headlights. He knew it was done. Zero boost. Car is stuck with no momentum on the penalty spot. As long as that one's put behind him, Nolly is just a spectator.
Finally, they break through. Twisted Minds, you could say it was deserved. I don't know how many shots they've had so far. I'd have to take a look at the scoreboard, but I mean, it has been constant pressure here. As OG looking a little bit rattled. They just said, put up a nice defensive stand, but you can't be doing that for 5 minutes.
And OG, they actually look a little bit outclassed at the moment. As Nolly will get the ball to the opposite side of the field. There is a huge pace discrepancy. And we're seeing it at shots like that. Com could not get up in time. Nolly's delaying, decides to go up. Pre-jump there from SMW. Com just taps. J-Naps looks to go backboard. That was so well read by Mawson.
This is the thing about OG. They're an awkward team to play if you're biting on all their fakes and playing. I mean, talking to Sathu about it as well back in NA. They're just a tricky side to play. But if you're Mina, this region, these teams, they're not thinking about what you're doing on the ball. They're just going to challenge. They're going to rely on the speed. So far, the playstyle clash is going heavily in Twisted Minds' favor.
It's like Twisted Minds don't respect the potential outplay. OG wants somebody to come and challenge them in the middle of the ball, but every single time OG take the ball up into the air, Twisted Minds just say, all right, let's see what you can do with that, because we don't believe you can do anything with it. Nolly keeps the ball out in a game that really could have been 2 or 3 the opposite direction, but now the time has disappeared, and Twisted Minds are the ones that are playing like they are losing. OG, what can they put together? J-Naps stretches, but he can't get there. And that is going to be 1, 2, 3 match points.
One of the best 1-0 games. Actually got Finn. I love you, Finn. But it's like PE class. I just got that one last guy. I didn't get to pick him on my team. I was the 16th pick. But alas, fantasy all in good fun at the end of the day. But right now, it's not too much fun for OG because they are facing an absolute barrage of offense from Twisted Minds.
Yeah, OG will have their own fantasy, and that is of going to Champions Field. At the moment, it's very much only in the dreams. Can they do something about it? Can they match Twisted Minds? Can they make this awkward? Because for as much as we talk about sort of the stereotypical way that OG play, it's not been it. They haven't had a chance to play that way whatsoever. We talk about Com demos. Com what demos? He hasn't had a chance.
Going back to, I guess, the discrepancy between OG online and on LAN as well, you look at this lineup, you're thinking they should be good on LAN. They're all, you know, performers on LAN as well, but it almost feels like a new era of Rocket League where it's not who's the most solid as a player on LAN. It's not the most solid team. It's just who's the most mechanical, who's willing to take the risk, take the game on. That's why Falcons are so good. That's why this G2 lineup is so good. You see what Beast Mode does. He has no care for getting back. He's looking to look forward and get some redirects, and we need to see that flair from OG. I don't think they can just sit in net and face this constant onslaught from the other side.
I mean, I think that's kind of been proven at this point. Need new answers. The questions have stumped them. Yes, that is not the best touch from Nolly, but he has got it back to a teammate. Teammate has not had the best touch either. Would have expected a little bit better there from J-Naps, who has made his name as one of the cornerstones of North America. Oh, there we go. Across the face of goal. Com had to try and respect it. Look at the boost totals again. J-Naps is the only one of anything. Com does grab a 100 as well. But when we're in these positions, Twisted Minds are just stealing everything, and that's the sort of position they should be able to escape from. They're straight back into defense.
Should have been a goal as well if they found the net. J-Naps, all he can do is straight across. Pre-jump from Com, and it's a phenomenal shot. Even better save from Mawson, who dove across net to keep that one out. The best chance OG has had since game number 1 came from, again, a pre-jump by Com.
And that chance was also Com pre-jumping. They've got to start asking, what's it going to take? We are pre-jumping. We're trying everything here when we get the chance. But it is one shot, hopefuls. OG will need more. They've got to sustain it. They've got to disrupt. Right now, Twisted Minds are so comfortable.
Yeah, there's no sustained offense from OG so far. Nolly with no boost to work with. He does get a reset follow-up. Double commit coming through from Twisted Minds, but you'd see SMW able to work it out. And How often do we see Twisted Minds just with 50 boost in the tank, whereas OG, there's one guy on 100, the rest have 0. They can't help each other out. They can't get downfield. Keep the pressure on.
JNaps moves on in, has to play for pace. Now off the wall. Oh, there was a miss, though, this time. Twisted Minds still had Mawson in net, but this is the best sort of look forward that OG have had. Tried to get the ball out to Com. Gets a good challenge, but that's straight to Ahmad, who had a very heavy touch. Needs some follow-ups here, as JNaps has to get there first. Nolly up, goes backboard, and Ahmad's pre-jumped in for the block. Com now moves in. They need to try and get JNaps into the shot, but it just was not turning out for them.
He was trying to find JNaps, but it was just forced in the end. It wasn't the best pass coming through, and again, Twisted Minds able to handle that offense with relative ease. As OG now, it's stagnant, but you just see how many 50s. I mean, Twisted Minds just brute forcing. We talk about the fact they're not paying any respect. Look at the positioning. SMW, he's third man, but he's in OG's net. Boston keeping it in as well. Just with so much pressure, the positioning so aggressive for Twisted Minds.
And it comes down to the fact that OG have not been able to get the half volley clears. They're not really doing anything that tests that midfield. Here we go. This is the first time actually in a while. And JNaps is just shepherded to the side. Here's the danger area. Go away from it. Is he going to get back in time? Yes, comfortably so.
He did throw the ball away. He was a little bit worried about dribbling that one across net in case he's own goaled it. Ahmad trying to get in there. JNaps will be first to the ball, but you see it again. They've got no boost, and Com's trying to help out. They know that they are struggling with the resource management at the moment. OG as SMW throws it on. Com's getting bumped. Ahmad has to back off. They don't want to overcommit. They know that it could be a one-goal game here in Game 3 to decide it. And Twisted Minds just a little bit more cautious than perhaps they were in the previous games.
Ahmad's on low boost, but they do have JNaps under pressure. Trying to get the pass. SMW couldn't get there in time. It's over the top of his head. And Mawson just has to play for some height. Nolly would have liked some power on that ball over to him. Instead has to just settle for the demo. OG have had this at more their kind of pace throughout this game. Yes, they've been under pressure, but it's been pressure they've been able to deal with in field. Nobody around. Nolly just pretty much buying for time. They look for the demo. Jump from Ahmad. He should be relatively safe as Nolly reset. He's got it with a couple of extra touches. Usually that can try and really throw off a defender. Now we go up. Mawson, first touch, tries to recover it. Couldn't do so. We have overtime.
Yeah, clear change now. The 50 game is in, and that is OG's bread and butter. Will it continue here in overtime? If Twisted Minds perhaps thought about the fact they only need one more game, they know that there's world spots on the line. They need 2 series wins here in the Swiss. Right now, the ball is in OG's court. They're certainly looking like, as you said, a play style shift has favoured OG. Great shot from Com. Mawson, he can't get the save, and JNaps gets the first on the board, denies the sweep.
Twisted Minds completely caught out. Com brought out the trebuchet and launched it as hard as he could. For the first time, that is faster gets to set the pace very often. Twisted Minds, it will be up to them to do so. But it was much better there from OG. Can they do it yet again? And will Twisted Minds wobble? We have seen it as good as MENA have been internationally. The are a region where it goes wrong, it goes wrong.
Yep, as I said, when you are so aggressive and honestly you're playing carefree Rocket League, suddenly you do start caring when you're 2-0 up and you're thinking, oh, if we win this, then we're getting closer to that world spot. Right now, OG, a fantastic game to get. JNaps clutching up, as I said.
That's better.
I'm not sure if he likes me mentioning that he is the oldest player here, but I heard it a lot at my World Championships and my Final Worlds as well.
I mean, Goss had an entire video package ready to go the moment you lost.
It's great to see him step up in game number 3. We do have a series now. Let's see if they can force Champions Field. It's going to go similar to the Secret Chiefs series where it was back and forth. They were trading play styles. It was a mental game. Starting to feel like that here. Great demo, though, coming through. You're not going to be able to get the save, but JNaps can. He has 0, but he needed the post, and he found it out of the net.
They have done it yet again, but look at the boost totals. JNaps, you need to get your team out of this situation. Demo and Ahmad actually might help quite a bit. Haven't got anything for it, though. Nolly's gone up with his low boost. And now Com, 87. JNaps has got 38, and now Nolly's already reboosted, so this is a decent spot, actually. Now just power along, although they could have hit that a little bit cleaner. Still, difficult to read if you are the third man. Com tries to fake the first jump. And it is that pace, yet again. Twisted Minds won't be overly happy with this.
They've really taken the sting out of this game as well. If you're looking at average speed numbers, if you're a stat guru, check those out from game 2 to 3. And now, as you said, this is just what OG want. It's slow. It's a little bit messy, but they love it. Great pass, great shot. Com again. OG are starting to fire.
I'll tell you what, Com has got zero fear when it comes to a pre-jump. He knows where he wants it, and he knows where that ball is going to land. For the third time, they trying for it, and for the first time, they've actually got the goal to go along. Just stunt the goalkeepers on the line, and the moment they do, Com is on the way.
I mean, how many times in the first 2 games did we see Twisted Minds just outpace? They weren't looking to take a 50, and now they're looking to get better 50s. They're not looking for it, but the bump is going to be massive, and a huge defensive mistake coming through.
Nolly, please. Yeah, they've got the bump on the goalkeeper, and Nolly had to make contact. He would have thought he was okay to leave it. Would have thought that the goalkeeper was still around to maybe jump in and save him. That goalkeeper was jumping, but to the opposite side of the field because he had been launched.
Well, that's what you don't want if you're OG, is to give them a freebie, perhaps give Twisted Minds some confidence. They feel like they are a confidence team. It's how they play. And they're, as you said, when they are firing, they're looking pretty unstoppable, but OG might have just given them a look back in, and there's another bump. JNaps is in big trouble again. He loves using that left post to get him out of danger, and it could have been a 2-1, could have been a lead for Twisted Minds. OG will be lucky with that. The fake comes through. Ahmad takes it straight upstairs. JNaps able to clear again. He's been the rock so far in net for OG.
I will say, Twisted Minds, the demos are available for them if they want it, and they just seem to have decided that that's not something they want to go for at the moment. OG are available for it. They have been very static on occasion, especially with 2 players on the goal line. Twisted Minds just trying to go for the outplays more often than not.
Have to give top right Tommy some credit as well, Torment, the coach of OG. So clearly found a way to stem the bleeding here from the first 2 games and really get this back on their own terms here for OG. But as you said, 1-1. It was a huge equaliser for Twisted Minds. They need 1 more, but they need to go out and take it. OG, they're not going to hand them another freebie.
Huge demo, that's a little bit better. Don't play the ball. Just take out the player as Austin was sort of sweeping through the goal, looking to see if he could find anybody, but JNaps hiding at the top of the goal. Com low boost. Nolly's trying to get there. Com had to try and deal with it. They are doing so well in those situations. They need to get out of those situations, but they're doing well.
The post has been phenomenal in net for OG. JNaps has used it like it's his best friend, like it's his only friend. And again, they're clutching up. Someone test his hamstrings. That guy's been stretching for more saves in this game number 4 than anything I've seen. They still need to find one down the other end. They want to force Champ Field, but they've got to go now. Com tries to go low. He tries to muscle it through. Can't quite get it to work.
Looking for the infield pass. Com, again, just tries to jump quickly. Twisted Mind should be pretty aware of that, though. JNaps looking for anything, but as soon as it's an SMW on the backboard, he is not going to go any further. No point trying to hunt down that. Good shout there. Com realized that JNaps was low boost. And now the demo. What can Com provide? Try to pop the ball up. JNaps decided to go for it, drops the ball midfield. Nolly not there in time. Now across the JNaps. They've got them scrambling a little bit. For the first time, Twisted Minds looked like they were trying to figure out what the next step was supposed to be. But they have settled yet again, and we might need overtime depending on what this next throw of the dice might bring.
Nolly's just going to use JNaps off the corner. JNaps off to the clear. He does get dunked. Could this be Twisted Minds? They're going to go for the 50. Nolly does have boost. He's probably trying to get this one down. It's in a relatively safe spot. We do get overtime. Do we get game 5?
It is blink and you miss it stuff. JNaps, he's delayed, reset, couldn't quite get it, but it's also not the best play out. Com into the midfield. Nolly's gone up. Looking back forward. He's got the reset. Can he get it over to a teammate? It drops awkwardly. JNaps isn't going to jump. Com absolutely will. Now it's JNaps again. Far side. What a pre-jump save.
I mean, where did Mawson come from? Nolly trying to keep it in. It's all OG to start with. Don't go in the back of the net. Almost an own goal from Com. OG starting to sweat a little bit. They had a couple of great chances, but they need to find the offense again. Nolly with boost. Going to use the flip. More bumps coming through. Ahmad tracking back. Going to use the safety of SMW.
Yeah, who's still, well, he had the jump for a little while, decided not to use it. Ahmad gets the reset. OG have almost sort of done the same thing that Twisted Minds were doing earlier and just say, go for it. We dare you to try and outplay us. Now the backboard, Nolly powers it long. Com's waiting for it. Heavy first touch, but time to get it. Reset, launches into the top of the air. These are situations OG have got big decisions to make. They tend not to follow. They want to just delay the offense. 2 players required for the save.
Yeah, they're sitting in net though. They're looking nervous at the moment. Com now with boost. He's trying to delay the touch, trying to fake the pop. SMW, all he can do is clear it to Nolly, but he doesn't have boost. It's going to go sidewall. JNAPS, nice speed. Met in the air by Mawson. Nolly's going to leave that one. JNAPS has to go again. Does find the 50, but downfield is Mawson. All Nolly can do, he just can't find any boost. He's just trying to launch it away. He's doing well.
Yeah, Nolly has been low boost hero for the last 10 minutes. Has not had much to work with. Waiting around, Com fakes out the first play off the wall. Nolly is still low boost, so it's JNAPS and Com. What can they put together? Instead, they're just going to steal the 100s. It's small victories here. Can they get the big one? Can they get the goal? Can they send JNAPS? He second-guessed it. He knows the shot's coming in. Stretched to get a fingertip to it. And that board is kept out of the net. But this is so nervy from both teams. Nolly on the reset, can't get anything else.
OG look a little bit more settled than Twisted Minds, that are just really throwing it. They're going hammer and tong. Ahmad reset, it's fantastic, but JNAPS, 100 boosts, catches, pops, doesn't get a second. Com faking one out. SMW dunked again by JNAPS. He's just throwing himself at absolutely everything. Ahmad cleared downfield. SMW grabbing boost. Back and forth gameplay, just so much on the line right here.
That's a nice bounce as well for Nolly, who gets there first. JNAPS waiting in the wings. SMW strains the power from him. Nolly's got the demo, but where's the follow? Com's had to delay it. Goes backboard. They now know the rotation is out of there. And that is such a great cut across there from Ahmad, who got rid of the danger. For the first time, Twisted Minds were the ones on no boost.
You just see how it is messy though. Com had to go all the way back for boost. They lost the offense. They're trying to build it up again from the back half. Only with a 50. JNAPS underneath. He's got no boost. Mawson does. More bumps coming through. Com trying to get a double. Finds the pop. SMW, this time with a bit of poise of his own, able to control it out of the back half.
And kind of weirdly for OG fans, they might not even want Com to be the one setting up at the moment. He's been the goal scorer. He's been the one in the right spot. Cross the face. JNAPS off the demo. Again, pace and space for them to work with. Nolly is across field. Nolly tried to get to it. Com called back in. Plays up the wall. Can he go for the outplay? Low boost again on Twisted Minds. Mawson's the only one that's really got anything. Ahmad now has reboosted. And they have cleared the lines. 3.5 minutes of Rocket League played. It is so nervy.
OG are all over them, but they're so hesitant to land that strike, that finishing blow right now. And every time they get a chance, it's a huge touch there from JNAPS. You feel like Twisted Minds, they're going to make the most of that one chance they get, but OG so far are not giving them it, as JNAPS has an awkward touch. He does land the dunk, but it's very messy in net for OG. Mawson trying to control that one, trying to 50 it through, muscle his way through. And all OG can do is sit behind it with 0 boost to pop across. Ahmad's not there.
100 boosts have been stolen. Look at the OG boost. They are almost all out, but there's no one around. Twisted Minds now playing defense first. Don't want to send the third man anyone further than that midfield. They've left it. That one's wide, but Com makes sure of it. And now they can have some pace. JNAPS goes for it. Has the ball dropped down. Com looking for the goalkeeper. Goalkeeper, though, jumps over the top. SMW makes contact with the ball, and we keep marching on.
Oh, the positioning has been fantastic from OG. Can they keep it up? We've nearly had 2 regulation games of Rocket League here from this overtime. Mawson with the pass, finds SMW, has no boost. Only gets to the corner. Using each other well is OG. Com now beats one. Does he get another pop? Doesn't find it. Ahmad's looking for bumps. JNAPS are all setting up in front of net. Nolly pre-jumping. More demos coming through. This is rough for Nolly. Can he make the save? It's wide. It's off the post again.
He managed to pre-jump and just scare them off. Made himself big like he was up against a bear. And he's kept it out. And now that's over the top. Ahmad, the first one, second one, it's too much! Nolly sends us to Champions Field!
He throws up the double fist pump and OG are back. The reverse sweep is on. We took 5 minutes to get a result. But once again, 2 series in a row.
It's fine, I'm chilling.
Well, here we go. Game 5, Champions Field once again. Do we get another overtime? I mean, the pressure now is mounting. Bigger and bigger on Twisted Minds back. They had the 2-0. They were looking phenomenal. OG didn't have an answer. suddenly we're on Champions Field.
And we'll see what a whole 5 minutes to play with might change in these play styles when everything is not on the line yet again. And Twisted Minds are seeing this slip away. Calm already up, has really been the star player for OG. What a stop from SMW. Not going to be needed again, and instead Gen.G has kind of helped with the counter-attack here. Calm had to do what he could. He couldn't do enough.
Yeah, they threw everything at the attack end. Right down the other end goes Twisted Minds. You can see Ahmed hunting the demo. Calm had to jump over the top. He found a 50, but the back of the net was also found by Twisted Minds. A huge start here to Game 5.
So OG got to try and find themselves a goal. They've got loads of time to work with. But when you have just gone through a 5+ minute overtime, you do already start to think, maybe they want to try and start this pretty quickly. Nolly, low challenge. J-Naps on the follow. J-Naps actually in field. And there's Nolly! The infield pass has been the bread and butter.
He had absolutely no boost, but I don't know if anyone on Twisted Minds knew. You could see the hesitation from SMW. Mawson rotating front post straight into net. And they were in all sorts in defense there. Instant response. And that just eases the pressure a little bit for OG.
I think you just used the perfect word for what OG have done to Twisted Minds in this series. Hesitation. This is a team that was so confident with what they were doing, that they were making the right decisions in the opening 10 minutes. And now everything is second guessed.
And that's playing right into OG's ballpark here as J-Naps goes across. Mawson has no boost. Com stole the boost. That's going to be huge for the attack now, as somehow still finds a pinch off the wall. There's Mawson and Ahmed. The only one right now can do some damage. Does find SMW. Looks for a double. He's got no boost of his own. Fakes it out for Mawson. Com with the clear. He's got J-Naps downfield and Nolly with 100 if they can find the infield. He's going to leave it instead. Hand it over to Com.
Yeah, it's something that OG like to do a lot when they do have prolonged spells of offense. Not that we've really seen it much in this series. But love a fake shot. Just going to jump up, see if you believe me, and then I'm going to leave it to somebody that's in your blind spot. 1-1. 3 minutes left to play. Huge demo. J-Naps taken out, who would have loved to try and chase up. He's going to try and free jump here as Ahmad decides, okay, if you want to do that, I will get rid of you real quick.
J-Naps off spawn, just launches it downfield, able to grab boost, but Twisted Minds gaining a little bit more control. It's slower play than I think they'd like, and that's what pressure can do. It's certainly factoring into the play style right now. OG looking like they really want this slow down. They want a methodical. They want those 50-50s. Com on the backboard. He's going to be awkward. 50 comes through. Is anyone back? J-Naps, how many times has he done that this series? More bumps. Nolly out of net. And the demo's through this time for J-Naps. All he can do, SMW, is find the boost because he ain't finding the ball.
J-Naps, again, makes something from nothing. How often is no boost required for a huge play?
He played cat and mouse with SMW, and he bit. He said, I'll have the boost. J-Naps, well, he faked it out the whole time. He wanted the shot. He wanted the redirect. And OG, 2.5 minutes to secure the reverse sweep.
We've been talking about how OG have been low boost this entire time. I didn't realize that was actually the best place for J-Naps. Keep him on 0. Right, maybe he needs a little bit to get up to this one. SMW now goes up to the ball. Not the best fit. Nolly takes it to the side to J-Naps, who does jump, realizes he doesn't want it.
And once again has 21 boosts. He's allergic to a big pad. What a shot from Ahmed. Even better save from Com. J-Naps again throws himself across. This is what we haven't seen from Twisted Minds, though. An infield pass, the extra touch. They're going so direct at the moment. Com downfield. Does find the touch, gets demoed. Nolly's going to infield it. J-Naps looks to back off, though. They know the situation. They've been here before.
And Twisted Minds are now against a dance partner that refuses to dance. They want the pace. As again, J-Naps in the post are the greatest duo in the RLCS.
Someone stop them.
Send them to a twos tournament.
This is ridiculous. Extra touch. Com just gets a fingernail on it. Again, off the post. Again, a shot on net. Saved this time by Mawson. Minute 20 now. So much pressure on Twisted Minds. They were 2-0 up. They were looking to sweep. But OG, they're not going anywhere. Off the bar. Com wants the shot. Gets the 50. Minute 10. J-Naps throwing himself forward. They're trying to get the third. They want to secure this right now.
Yeah, but OG might remember how their goal conceded was in this game. They overcommitted. They got caught for it. But look at that midfield pressure from OG. They're just holding the line so well. Played back out, well intercepted by Nolly, and that was on the line. If that one goes past him, that is Twisted Minds at 2 each.
Borderline too aggressive, but he positioning in the end perfect. Nolly with the catch, instant flick, fantastic touch. OG so locked in. What a difference in play from the first 2 games. It's a completely different side right now. Ahmed, he can find Mossin. JNap's up, misses a touch. Com positioning perfect though, and there's only 30 seconds for Twisted Minds to find anything.
That's not the touch they were after. A fake out there from Nolly, well read by Twisted Minds. Ahmad takes to the air. Nolly takes to rivaling him. 20 seconds on the clock, and Nolly will burn as much of that time as he can.
They're so locked in. He's just stealing boost. He's trying to kill every second, every millisecond off that clock. 10 seconds. JNap's again. 0 boost. Probably going to try and find the post or something. Nolly, Com, he clears the ball. Have they done it? Have they secured the reverse sweep? A huge winner to be for OG. JNap's is up once again with a 50, and Mossin can't get the touch. OG 3-2.
And simple fist bumps after, like it was the plan.